Hey everyone, Brandon here from TruckSafe. The FMCSA is proposing a handful of noteworthy changes to its commercial driver's licensing regulations, including the testing process. What are those changes and how will they impact commercial drivers and fleets? That's what we're discussing in this video, so stay tuned and be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons below. According to a notice of proposed rulemaking that's slated for publication in early February of 2024, the FMCSA is proposing several changes to its CDL program to enhance the flexibility and efficiency of that program. Now, according to the agency, it plans to remove certain regulatory restrictions to allow applicants to obtain a CDL and be productively employed as a CMV driver in less time than it currently takes without compromising safety. FMCSA believes that the proposal will further address commercial driver shortages, enhance supply chain stability, and provide appropriate regulatory relief without impacting safety. What exactly is the FMCSA proposing? Well, according to the notice, we're looking at 5 major potential revisions. Before we get to them, it's important to point out that this is early in the rulemaking process. The FMCSA will accept comments from the public on the proposal through mid-2024 and will consider those comments before ultimately issuing a final rule if it decides to proceed. So it's likely we won't see these changes take effect until closer to the end of 2024 at the earliest. But here they are in a nutshell. First, the FMCSA is proposing to allow states to administer the CDL skills test to applicants who live in and were trained in other states. Now, under current rules, states can only administer the skills test to non-resident drivers if that driver has obtained training in the state where the test will be administered. The agency is proposing to remove the requirement that the CDL applicant must have obtained the training in the testing state in order to take the skills test there. Now, according to the notice, the agency believes that the implementation of its entry-level driver training, ELDT rule, in 2022 should eliminate concerns that out-of-state applicants have not obtained sufficient training to take the skills test. The agency further notes that proposing to allow states discretion to provide skills testing to out-of-state applicants, regardless of the state in which training was obtained, may allow applicants to obtain a CDL sooner by scheduling the skills test in a state with a shorter waiting time. All right, second, the FMCSA is proposing to allow holders of commercial learner's permits, also known as CLPs, who have passed the skills test but not yet received their CDL to operate a commercial vehicle for any reason, provided a CDL holder is physically present somewhere in the commercial vehicle and that the driver possesses documentary evidence from the testing state that they have in fact passed the skills test. Now, under current rules, CLP holders may only operate a commercial vehicle on public roads with a CDL holder present in the vehicle for purposes of behind-the-wheel training. This proposal would allow the CLP holder to operate for any reason on a public highway so long as the CDL holder is in the vehicle and the CLP holder has passed the skills test. According to the agency, because these drivers have already met all the requirements for a CDL, but they've just yet to pick up the CDL document from their state of domicile, their safety performance would be the same as a newly credentialed CDL holder. Additionally, having a CDL driver accompany the CLP driver who has successfully passed all required CDL skills testing and prerequisites provides some additional supervision that is otherwise not required for newly credentialed CDL drivers in physical possession of the CDL document. All right, next up, the agency's third proposal is to eliminate the existing 14-day waiting period between the initial issuance of a CLP and the driver's ability to take the skills test. Again, under current rules, applicants must wait these 14 days, which the agency originally intended to ensure CLP holders obtained behind-the-wheel training prior to taking the skills test to improve their chances of passing the test on the first attempt. However, the agency says that this requirement is no longer necessary because CLP holders must complete the ELDT theory and behind-the-wheel training before they are even eligible to take the skills test. Fourth, the FMCSA is proposing some important changes to third-party CDL knowledge tester and examiner requirements. For one, the agency is proposing to require states that allow third-party knowledge examiners to apply to those examiners the training, certification, and record check requirements currently applicable to state knowledge examiners, as set forth in the regulation. Additionally, states would be required to include these third-party knowledge examiners within the scope of the auditing and monitoring provisions in the regulations currently only applicable to third-party skills examiners. Further, the agency proposes to require third-party knowledge testers or examiners to administer the knowledge test only by electronic means. Lastly, the FMCSA is proposing to exempt CDL holders who are operating commercial vehicles designed to carry passengers, including school buses, from having a P endorsement when the vehicle is empty of passengers and the driver is transporting the vehicle in so-called drive-away or tow-away services from the manufacturer to the distributor. All right, so that wraps up the 5 proposed changes to the CDL program. That's going to wrap up this video. For even more in-depth information on these types of regulatory topics, be sure to check out our innovative online compliance courses for safety managers and drivers over at trucksafeacademy.com. Also, be sure to check out our detailed compliance articles on our website at trucksafe.com and follow us on our various social media pages for the latest highway transportation news and analysis. Thanks for watching.